just in the door from an evening class that I'm teaching meditation, spirituality, and it's pretty late because I walked all the way home, my feet are burning, and I stopped in to pick up a few things, so I'm tired, my throat's tired, so if I sound a bit different, that's what that is. It's getting dark now, the light's fading here. So I just wanted to check in with you guys and say hello. If you haven't subscribed to this channel or to my Telegram podcast, Super Soul Skills, you can do that. If you like my messages, my spiritual sharings here and there. I received an email from a subscriber asking me, what are light beings? So this person said that they had seen a light being and they wanted to know more about that. Well, I've always seen and enjoyed the presence of light beings. So this question is actually brilliant because it's got me to have to articulate and express my experience with them, which I've never really talked about before because I just see them as natural. I see them as a given. I see them as part of my everyday or my work. What I understand when I engage with light beings, I see them as really, really tall, pillar-like beings full of light. They are very transparent. They're translucent. They're different shades, often opalescent pinks, whites. They can have pale blues, but very pale, translucent, opalescent colors. Really, really beautiful, very gentle and loving, peaceful, tranquil, serene. I'm always happy to witness the peaceful energy from a light being. What are they? Light beings are thoughts, streams of thoughts from Source, from God. Light beings are helpers. They assist us. They can be bridges for us energetically to help us to connect to the higher power, to the God Source energy. They are not human. They are not your loved ones who have passed. They are their own entity. They are their own bubble of energy. So they have a specific role. So they often show up when I'm talking to a client. I will see them appear or often gather in close behind the client. Sometimes there's many of them. Some clients have quite a large entourage of light beings show up in their session, and they often gather around the client in a circle, or they will stand behind the client. They have a glow to them. Very, very powerful light. Sometimes I find their presence blinding on my eyes because it's a spiritual light. They're very non-human. Even though they have a slight human form, like you can see maybe shoulders, you can see a face, they don't really flesh out human features. That's my experience anyway. Now, where angels show up, they can look very human, noses, mouths, eyes, the whole lot. Where the light being for me is more like a column, a pillar of light. When I am working with a client, especially if I'm working directly on their body, when I'm doing hands-on healing, hands-on work, so we're working on the chakra point, we're placing our hands on the aura and then on the physical body, on the head, they will often show up. And I've had clients report this back to me and say, because I have a lot of healers and psychics intuitives who come to me for healing, as well as people who are just looking for ordinary everyday solutions to issues. But I have a very psychic client, and I remember one time I was working on her and I placed my hands on her head on the points, and as I moved into the next point, she said that a light being appeared and placed their hands. When I took my hands away, the light being took over. So they assist us, they support us, they help us to heal, to carry out our energy work, and they sometimes, just their presence, just by showing up, I feel encouraged, I feel inspired, I feel their peace and I feel their love, and it helps me to expand those energies in myself and go deeper with the client. So I feel like they're a very healing presence. They're very, very generous with the vibrations they share. And I also feel they show up, really they show up for the client. They show up to calm the client down. Sometimes they don't show up until the client completely dives deep into their emotions and they start to cry, or they start to share something that's particularly traumatic. Then you'll see all these light beings coming in really close and gathering around the client. Sometimes they place their hands on the client's shoulders. Sometimes they place their hands on the client's heart chakra, which is wonderful. And like I said, when I'm working on the person and I go into the heart chakra, I'll often see their hands on top of mine, or when I take my hand away, they will take over. So to me, they are thoughts from Source God. They are generous, giving energy beings that provide support, assistance, encouragement, serenity, healing and peace, not just for the client, to help them feel that calmness, but also for the healer to help us to see and to be a witness to the support that God's source is providing for this person who's in pain. And I will often say to my client, oh, you have a being of light or an angel, or sometimes somebody who's passed over will show up on behalf of the client, and I will say they're stepping on your left, or their hand is on your right, or whatever. And before I even say that, clients often say they feel a chill, or they feel this wash of peace, of calm just wash over them, and they feel and sense the presence. Often before I even mention that I can see that energy there. So it's late now and I'm really tired. I hope that made sense. I hope that I explained light beings as best I could. I'm trying to think of any other questions you could have. They're a neutral energy. They are full of love, full of Source God, streams of light. Sometimes when I'm talking to people I work with, especially when I talk to the lads in Coolmine Lodge who are in recovery from addiction, as they chat and talk and go deeper into their issues, their aura starts to get really, really bright, and then I will see the flash of a light being, or a light being will show up. And like I said, I'm often blinded. Literally, it's like I can't even see the person anymore, because this aura and this godly light just fills up their space, and it's like I can barely even see their eyes. It's like mists of, or clouds of auric, you know, when they say when you have a migraine, oh, you see, they say, oh, you get auras like that. It's like there's a cloud of, but it's a bright light. It's beautiful golds and silvers and pinks and blues and greens and whites, and yeah, it's such a gift and a pleasure to witness that. I love when I see light beings. Sometimes they show up in my bedroom at night and I'm very happy to see them. I feel like they protect us, they calm us, and they encourage us to do the work. If you have any questions on light beings, I would love to hear them in the comments below, read them in the comments below. I really need to go to bed. I'm really tired. Sending you so much love. Hope you're having a wonderful summer wherever you are. Take care. Bye bye.